to go ahead and school you guys on it, and then Dr. Anderson can fill in the void when he comes back. This is something that Dr. Anderson had sent to me via email, and it's something created by a brother by the name of Daryl Addison. And Daryl Addison, as part of the whole food security issue, a lot of you had asked me about that in terms of us growing our own food and stuff like that. He created something that I want to share with you guys so you guys know about it. It's called Torpedo Pot, and it's a self-growing farming system. And it looks to me like the benefit is that you can grow your own food in a very small, a very small location, and this might be something that's relevant in terms of food security. I'll tell you the truth. Alicia has a little garden in the backyard, and that's usually, honestly, that's her thing. But I'm actually going to look into that because I do think that food security is something we have to think about. And Dr. Anderson, I was telling him about Torpedo Pie, and in fact, I think what I'll do is I'll email out this PowerPoint so others can get it. So Dr. Anderson, can you speak on this a little bit in terms of what led you to send me this information about Torpedo Pie?
Yes, I can, because I think on 2 or 3 previous occasions I went through this whole scenario about what I call the 4 horses of the apocalypse. How we've gone through all 3 of them at this point in time. The 4th one's on scene now. You got the first horse was a white horse. Then in the Bibles, it's from Revelation 6 out of the Bible, 6:1. So talking about the 4 horses coming to our society. But the 4 horses came. The 4 horses of the apocalypse in fulfillment of Revelations again coming during the civil rights movement in the 1960s, and again that's my understanding from my knowledge of history, but also more importantly in fulfillment of my commission for being here on the earth. As I told you, I came here with one sole responsibility: I was look out and fight for black folk. I'm not opposed to anybody else. I'm not against anybody else. I'm just for black folk. But the 4 horses of the apocalypse, first was a white horse, then the red horse, then the black horse, and now the last horse is arrived. That's called a pale horse. Pale horse, if you look in Revelations, you'll find the pale horse was for pestilence. It was bringing pestilence and diseases and to the earth, as well as shortages and famines.
May 3rd, 2020.
Right.
If you're trying to stay in the game, you'll peep the slang. The federal government is foreign. Hello. And it operates in foreign jurisdiction of the law. So do all of its franchises operated as territorial or municipal state-of-state organizations. They operate in foreign, international, and global jurisdictions too. All of these entities are organized as foreign for-profit governmental services, corporations, or religious non-profits. Most recently as 501c6 service organizations. So are their courts foreign? 100% foreign? You as a natural-born American have less business being in their courts than a pig has been at a tiger convention, and for much the same reason. But if you don't strenuously and knowledgeably object and have evidence on the public record demonstrating that you have done your homework and declared your American political status, guess what? Your British and Holy Roman Empire employees, the corporations subcontracting to provide you with governmental services, have already and with malice aforethought foisted dual federal citizenship off upon you. If they arrest you as a municipal citizen, they prosecute you in the municipal court under global commercial law. If they arrest you as a U.S. citizen, they prosecute you in a territorial court under maritime or admiralty law. Either way, you are stuck and you don't belong in those courts at all. Simply telling them that it is not enough because they have long-standing evidence that you are in fact both a territorial and municipal citizen and under all the obligations they suffer from themselves. That evidence take the form of birth certificates, social security enrollments, driver's license, marriage license, etc., etc., all of which have been required of the employees of these foreign governmental service corporations. So if you are not a foreigner and not a federal employee, why do you have all these records attached to your name that indicate you are some species or federal employee of dependent? You have been hoodwinked and given misleading information. That's what. You've been told that you had to have a social security number. You've been told that you had to have a driving license and a marriage license and a business license too. You have been told, let me get this word, egregious. Let me get this word from you. Egregious. Okay, egregious big lie. You know, that the Constitution can be suspended by executive order. None of these things are true for an American, but you have been deliberately misidentified and mischaracterized as something else, as a federal, aka U.S. citizen of some kind. Americans live in states, not states of states. Americans are not British territorial U.S. citizens, nor are the municipal citizens of the United States. We are not naturally subject to any foreign, international, or commercial law. We are owed and our own court and public election, not private corporate shareholder elections. And the list goes on. But if we don't stand up for ourselves and know who we are and know what we are owed, if we fail to take action and govern ourselves, guess what? You'll be presumed to be a foreigner on your own shores and deprived of all your constitutional guarantees. You will be unable to actually own your own home, and you will live your life as a tenant of an absentee landlord instead. You will be subjected to these foreign courts, and their black robe priests will dispose of you and your property assets however they please, and you will have no way to stop them unless you wake up. You take charge of the situation. You object and take exception of all of this. You declare your political status as an American. You join your state assembly. You restore your American common law courts. You hire your own sheriffs. You do what your forefathers did. And instead of trusting and relying upon the foreign corporations and the hired help, you self-govern instead. Self-govern.